Hey guys, good morning. It is 11 o'clock on a Monday. We've got a press briefing at the White House. That's the third press briefing in about 5 days. Bit abnormal. The other day, the vice president popped in for a press briefing, and we're always on the lookout for maybe POTUS popping in. So we'll head into the White House in about an hour or so. In the meantime, there's been a development on the National Mall. The Trump Epstein statue that was put up, it was ripped down this morning or last night, late after dark. We're going to go over there, see if anything's going on. Maybe there'll be some remnants of it on the ground or something. All right, we're making our way past the Washington Monument, up the National Mall. The Epstein statue was over by the Indian Museum. That's up by the U.S. Capitol. We got to swing up there. Supreme Court is in session today. They just denied an appeal to Ghislaine Maxwell, involved in the Epstein incident. She will be spending more time in jail, I guess. Speaking of crime, in D.C., we had 3 homicides this weekend. A couple shootings, and I think a stabbing or 2. Yeah, I didn't get to cover any of those. They're all a bit far away from my house, but we'll keep our eye out this week, see if the violent trend continues. Okay, there's the location of the Trump Epstein statue right there on the National Mall. It is not there, as you can see. There's no sign it was ever there. All right, there's the Supreme Court. They had a hearing on on gay conversion therapy today, I think. Oh, there's Nadine, a couple of TV crews. It's been about 90 minutes after they started. They're done for the day. All right, oh, people still trying to get in though. Here is the Library of Congress. It's also closed, like most other government buildings here in DC. Let's go find something to eat. Oh, that's right, we gotta go to the National Gallery and take a picture. National Gallery of Art closed over the weekend. We got to take a picture of the closed sign. Let's go down. So there's actually a lot of demand for building closed signs. They want to illustrate the shutdown in a way rather than just showing a picture of the Democrats or Trump or anything like that. So anytime we can find a sign that says building closed, that's a photo we're taking. And the National Gallery of Art, it just closed over the weekend. So swing over that way, get this picture. Now that building over there is the National Indian Museum, the Museum of the American Indian. It is a Smithsonian property as compared to the National Gallery property. And as such, they have enough funding to get them through, I think, the 11th or the 12th of October, today being the 6th. So we got one more week of Smithsonians before they have to shut down. But the National Gallery, they ran out of money over the weekend and they shut down Saturday night. So let's go get that picture. Okay, so here is the National Gallery of Art. And I think we've got closed signs down low here. And guess what? Parking is actually really easy. Closed due to government. Ooh, that's a great picture. They actually have a lot of police cars racing over there. Maybe after we get this photo, we'll call it. This is a good photo because this building often doubles for like U.S. government buildings in the movies. I mean, it looks so government-like that Hollywood has used this as like the Capitol or the Supreme Court in more than a few movies. Too much sun on that one. We're gonna have to go to the other one, see if we can get rid of this glare. Figure out where these cops are going too. Okay, closed due to the federal government shutdown. That's a pretty good stop. You know, when I shoot video, it's a little bit more cropped than when I take a picture. I'm actually able to get all of that in one frame on the photo, just not on the video. Okay guys, we have come in. You know, it looks like they put in new grass here. See how like clean it is? It's all in a row. I don't know, maybe they did resod or just thatch out a row. Press briefing is in 1 hour. We've got a salad today. Salad.
Backing down. I mean, they believe that the president has extreme power.
That's just I don't know why. No, it's just
They passed bills.
I'll put this on to the White House.
Tomorrow for a working meeting here at the White House. On Thursday, the president will host his 8th cabinet meeting alongside his incredible team. Also on Thursday afternoon, President Trump will host the president of Finland, Alexander Stubb, for a working meeting here at the White House. The president also wanted me to relay his congratulations to Japan for electing their next prime minister, a highly respected person who also happens to be the first female to hold the position for our great ally. Funding bill to keep the government open and ensure our troops and other hardworking Americans are paid. Every single House Democrat except one voted against this clean and nonpartisan funding bill.
Okay, so we're waiting outside the West Wing. Stephen Miller is supposed to come out. We're all going to interview him if he does come. We're not sure. Bit crazy. We'll see.
Is that him? Okay.
That's Stephen Miller talking to CNN. We're going to get his interview in a bit. Coming back to us. The sun's really bad.
Today, Brandon Johnson signed an executive order prohibiting use of city property for federal immigration operations.
By the way, that's a great example. On the Brandon Johnson was an example of how I was asked a question. Well, do you have any example of this behavior hasn't been condemned by Democrat officials? Well, I can go one better. The mayor of Chicago not only has failed to condemn the violent destructive acts against ICE and law enforcement, but in the aftermath of 2 coordinated attempted murders of ICE officers through vehicle ramming attacks, he issued a no-go zone for ICE officers. What do we think would happen if, say, under a Democrat administration, Republican officials declared no-go zones for the FBI? What do you think the reaction to that would be?
Okay, guys, we finished Stephen Miller's little interview. It took about 2,000 photos because, well, I just had to take pictures. And I think I had my settings on high-speed camera. I haven't had lunch and it's almost 4 o'clock. That has to change. So let's go sort out lunch and then figure out what we do the rest of the day. Okay, guys, it's actually really hot. It's like 80s, mid-80s, and really sunny, not too pleasant. I did just realize that I did have lunch. It was a salad. It just, because it was a salad, it didn't feel like lunch. It felt like nothing. So we're still going to go out and get a real lunch now. In other news, my Osmo Pocket is going to be out of service for about 2 weeks. Seriously debating going to buy another one just to fill in for those couple weeks. We'll see, because it's hard for me to ride a bike or walk around without it, but we'll figure something out. All right, let's go get a real lunch. All right, now we're going to get a real lunch. Burgers. All right, there we go, guys. That's a real lunch. So good. So, in case you're wondering what I'm up to, I'm actually going through the photos I took of Stephen Miller, trying to pick out the ones I liked, ones that are out of focus. See, like there, he's got kind of a wink on it, so we marked that for further review. It's not. He wasn't really winking. It was really bright, so he was squinting basically. That's kind of interesting. So what I do now is I've narrowed about 2,000 photos down to about 100. Go through them, pick out the ones, make sure everything's in focus. Maybe we zoom in, crop a little bit, and send them different versions of the same photo if we want. But this takes time. Maybe. Okay, guys, that is Monday. Yeah, lose track of these things. Tomorrow, the Prime Minister of Canada up at the White House. Might have a few other things. Wednesday, FBI Director Comey goes to court. They just moved that up from Thursday. That could be crazy. We'll see if we'll cover that. Thursday, the President of Finland in the White House. And, well, who knows what else is going to go on. Short video tonight. Will be more tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching. See you then.